one.
Welcome. To Coprolalia, the podcast that subscribes to you.
Perfect.
Cool. This is Coprolalia. If you didn't quite get that from that space-timey intro. The bullshit podcast where we talk some shit with me and Giles.
Special.
Well, because it's so loose, because I guess it would be considered a bit of a messy, bullshitty, crazy podcast that enables the little things that do shine through to shine extra bright.
I'll subscribe to that.
Oh, there's the tagline.
I'll subscribe to that.
I'll subscribe to that. Sounds like an old southern boy.
What does that mean?
I don't know, just being racist?
Yeah, maybe. That's alright, I can tell you didn't mean it.
There's Joel.
Here we go, and Joel is here.
Welcome everybody, welcome.
Alrighty, what is on your mind, Joel?
I actually recently got into photography.
Oh,
boy.
Yeah. As you can see, I've posted a couple pictures in the Discord. I've got a couple more.
Oh, I can put them up in the I can put them up on the video.
Do
Ooh.
it. There we go.
Ah, and you're doing some drawings on one of them.
Yeah, that's what I originally got it for, but I just really liked walking around and taking pictures of this stuff, I guess.
That's a good picture of a bird. How'd you get that close?
My camera has 83 times optical zoom
Jesus.
before it goes into digital zoom, so like, I was ages away from that bird. I had to hold that camera so steady.
You were a week away from that bird. That's that kind of zoom. You can be in the past and zoom in.
Yeah, like that bird was probably like maybe 10 minutes in the past, you know? Like, you know how light works? Like the sun's like 7 minutes away or something in light.
For all you science
that bird was
nerds. Actually, I didn't know where to follow that up. Yep.
7 light years away that bird was.
Yeah. That bird was there 7 years ago before I took that picture. Let me just get the nice ones out, because some of them are like, they're good, but you know, they're not worth it.
Based on the lifetime of birds, that bird's probably dead too.
Yeah, like
Now, anyway, he's probably dead.
like a lot of things.
Yeah. Like the sun.
Aren't most things dead already?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I actually
Definitely
can't
sound
tell.
profound.
I can't tell if everything's alive or if everything's dead. That's a very good point. So, is dirt dead or is it alive? I know plants can be considered alive.
Dirt is would be more of a concept.
What would you consider alive?
Conscious thought. No, that doesn't make sense. 'Cause plants.
Because I guess we're kind of like dirt, but we can just move, you know.
Animation, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like, is it? It's the difference between like an inanimate object and one that actually lives. But then again, little robotic toys like wind-up frogs don't have life, but they move.
They come to life.
They come to life when you wind them up.
So I guess you could say anything that contains energy is alive.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Well, everything. I think everything contains energy, though. That like carbon is just a condensed form of energy. For example, that's why we burn it for fuel.
I have got a technical definition of life here.
Oh yeah.
If we'd like that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
It's
Yeah, give it to
the
us.
condition that distinguishes animals and plants from an inorganic matter, including the capacity for growth, reproduction, functional activity, and continual change preceding death.
Continual change preceding. Oh, preceding. Yeah, of course.
Preceding
I
death.
was like,
So-
whoa.
Are stars
Whoa,
alive?
post-death. Hey?
Are
Sta-
stars alive?
I would say no.
Dude, they kind of fuck.
They do have
Wow.
continual change.
Yeah. And
I guess we need to understand what organic matter and inorganic matter is.
Oh, okay.
what is organic matter?
Yeah, here we go. Let's get right into it.
It says matter that does not contain pesticides.
Well, the sun does it. Pesticide, I think. It definitely
It's
a
the
little
totally
bug.
wrong definition of organic. Fuck.
Relating to or derived from living matter. Okay, that's not really helpful.
Living matter.
Well,
Oh, Jesus.
well,
We're
we came
we're
from
going around in
stars.
circles.
Yeah, wait.
we
I'm.
came from stars, you know?
What's living
So,
matter?
like-
Characteristics of living matter. Here we go.
So I guess the sun is organic.
Complex
This
structures
is-
based on organic
is-
molecules. Yeah, we're going in circles again. What's an organic molecule?
It says living matter usually has an Instagram page here.
Oh.
Where the fuck are the questions? Huh? I mean the answers. Oh damn.
We don't
I hate the
we don't get
internet.
answers on this podcast. The whole point of this podcast is to ask unanswerable questions.
Oh yeah, check out that
That-
picture
that
of the
takes-
spider too.
All responsibility off us. That's a damn good spider.
Yeah, cool.
Hmm.
That spider's
Jeez, you got a
alive,
bunch of
let me tell you
birds.
that.
You're like a bird watcher, man. You could do this
This
shit.
I don't
boy's
know.
got a bunch of
They're
birds.
fucking birds are cool as. I just took a picture of that magpie and I was like, man, they have red eyes. That's kind of fucking creepy. And then I realized a lot of birds have fucking red eyes. Like these fucking other birds, they're pretty creepy too.
So there's
How's that-
totally science behind that. Red
This-
eyes
Dude,
feature.
for seeing infrared.
No.
It makes you go faster.
Red eyes birds.
I have an idea, and I would like you to follow through with it, Joel. I'd
Yeah.
like you to start your own bird watching channel, where you go around into the bush, watch birds, and just talk like that, and be like, "Hey, these birds got red eyes, man! They must go fast."
What is the cause and
think-
purpose that some birds have red eyes, such as bird hawks, as opposed to not bird hawks? What the fuck? Herons and some ground birds and deep divers. So here we go. One answer. This is by pigments in their eyes called carotenoids, pteridines, and purines. Pigmentation doesn't seem to be highly related to function, except sometimes for breeding when they can change to stunningly bright colors. Holy shit.
Ooh,
Yeah, birds are cool as.
let's get the shit out of any person. If
Is-
a person started giving you the eye across from the bar, and their eyes suddenly lit up bright colors.
Yeah, I'm searching breeding bird eyes because I'm curious.
Wait. Am I lagging out or are you guys lagging out?
Yeah, I heard a little bit there. Sorry.
I'm
Push
catching. I feel like I'm catching everything.
Okay, I don't know what Giles just said.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
okay,
catch that
alright.
either.
Okay, so I'm not lagging, that's alright.
Yeah, it's old Jillies.
Once again, it's all my fault.
Ow.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I think I have to tell.
Well,
I say we.
I have to tell my story again about my day.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Do it. Start from the beginning.
All right, so I missed the
Wait.
train. I had to walk home. It was really hot and bothering. There it is.
Okay,
Missed the
That is the
train.
extent of that story.
we'll
Miss-
losing Giles.
You're losing me, Joel.
Yeah, you're
Damn.
lagging out pretty bad.
Damn.
He'll have his voice on the recording. I guess the key here is to just
Oh, yeah,
continue
true.
to talk.
Yeah, my voice will be
It picks
consistent.
itself up now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Whoa,
real sweet.
crazy bird eyes, man.
Oh yeah. Hey, why didn't you get a pushback?
It's a good idea. I mean, I didn't have money for the cab home, so I don't really have the money for a bike.
For a bike.
Dude, you can't steal a cab. Well, I guess you can. But you can definitely steal a bike.
Mm.
Dude,
I actually,
you
might,
got,
I actually might have a. I might have a bike actually in Castlemaine that you can have. I'm not sure if I've still got it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, there's just a school
I'll
down
ask
the
Mum.
road. Just like when the
I'm not gonna.
tallest
I'm not
kid
gonna
is
steal
riding,
a bike.
riding home from school, you just push him off it and ride away. Like,
Even better, you get a stick, right?
Seriously.
You shove the stick in their spokes, and it just fucking
yeah.
hurts them so much, which is the added benefit of stealing a bike from someone.
That'd
Well,
be
what-
that'd make a good funny video to make.
No, it wouldn't.
But
Yeah. Like,
but they don't know or anything. Like it's not organized.
no.
I actually just
bad-
record
this is a bad
myself
prank channel.
stealing. Yeah.
we
yes.
we acted out in ourselves.
Ah, I
When we
see.
want to, when we want to
Kinda
fuck up a
like-
cyclist in the city, we just hit them with a truck.
Oh yeah.
Works a lot better.
Everyone has trucks in the city, don't
Much
they?
much more final.
Yeah. Are you in Melbourne right now, Ray?
Yeah, boy.
Man, the internet's a fucking wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, except when you try to record a podcast in Australia, speeds just can't keep the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Turnbull government, for
And Abbott.
making.
Mostly Abbott.
What do they think the next 100 years is going to be about?
4
Like-
kilobyte modems that can only send text documents to one another.
Even coming from a business point of view, if you just wanted to if you just want to ignore people wanting to stream Netflix a bit quicker, if you were just to look at the business point of view, no one can have a fucking online business in Australia with our current speeds. It's horse shit.
It depends, because like a lot of online business is just transactions and like bits of data that are just numbers and text. It depends what
Yeah,
kind
I
of
guess so.
business you're referring to. Like
Imagine trying to make YouTube.
Oh, it's fucking stupid. I'm
Yeah, it's
doing these
hard for
vlogs,
us.
and it
It's
takes
hard for us.
like fucking 2 hours to upload a 4-minute vlog.
yeah, that's rough.
And if anyone wants to watch Netflix during that, then I just don't have a vlog for that day. It's bullshit.
Bullshit.
So everybody listening should donate to my Patreon so I can buy a plane ticket and move to a better country
Yeah, nice.
with better internet speeds.
Where would you go?
Probably LA, maybe, or Canada.
I happen to know quite well that you fucking despise LA.
I reckon I would.
You've
But I
been
reckon
there.
there'd be great things about it. No, I haven't. Oh, I've been into the airport. I haven't left the airport.
Okay, alright. Well, okay, I've been to LA, and I I got attacked by a bunch of hooligans,
Yes, you did.
and so
But-
it's just tarnished my perception of that place.
Yeah, but
so much.
there's also the possibility of good things.
It was so poverty stricken.
Yeah.
And the buses, like, you have to stand there and insert coins and shit into their dispensers, and quarters are like 25 cents, and
Jesus.
you're just like shoving coins in this thing, and there's like 10 people behind you. Half of them don't pay,
That sounds
and it's
horrible.
I'm not even exaggerating. A lot of people just do not pay. They just get the fuck on. I even felt bad, and I looked
Yeah.
at the guy. I was just like, "Look, I've only got enough for like 2/3 of this ticket." And he's just like, "I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, why are you telling me? Why? What? You want me to actually do something about this? Like, I'm already ready
Yeah.
to keep driving. Just fucking sit down."
Yeah.
The attitude in
Wow,
America
that's
is
bizarre.
totally weird. The first mistake I made, I was in the airport in LA, which was fucking surreal enough. I walked
Yep.
outside. The little van came to pick me up to take me to basically the cheapest hostel I could find, but still they picked me up in this big Mercedes-Benz van thing that
Yeah, right.
that had like champagne holders and shit like in the back seat with TVs. It had like 2 TVs in the back of the fucking van. And
Weird.
she got mad at me, the girl who was driving, this like sassy African American woman. She got mad at me because I tried to open the door, and she's just
Yeah.
like, slow the fuck down. Like, she got out of the car, she walks around, she opens it for me. And because that's her job, the fact that I, like, infringed on that and tried to do it myself was, like, this rude thing.
Yeah, right.
How strange is that? In Australia, it's like,
Crazy.
We're not gonna fucking get out of the car and open the door for you. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's Australia's really. I guess I haven't been anywhere else since I was really young, so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard from other experiences, we're just super. I wouldn't say we're. I don't know if we're like nice at heart, but we definitely act very pleasant, almost in a way to just kind of get everyone off our back. I think.
Well, we treat one another like we're capable. For starters, we don't want our hospitality staff to be like servants. We don't want them to just like dwell on our every word and like we're okay with just saying coffee and them going like, yep, no worries. They want a whole service out of people in America. It's like it's like groveling or it's weird.
Yeah, I would say there's a little bit of that in Australia, but I think in the more we have a better I guess you would say upmarket hospitality here. Things are changing a bit in America as coffee gets better.
What do you mean upmarket? Do you mean like posh? Because America's been doing excessively decadent shit. I actually think Australia is lower on the list in terms of decadent behavior from like businesses.
Yeah, I don't mean no, not upmarket. Then I would guess. I would say it's more like just like the difference between like going to like a shitty chain restaurant in Australia compared to going to your average cafe. Almost all cafes in Melbourne that are slightly above average are all considered pretty high standard and everyone's pretty chill and quite well respected. But as you go further down back into the more chain restaurants and shit like that, I'm sure you'd get more treating the hospitality staff with more less respect is the word I'm looking for. Less respect.
Oh yeah. Well,
yeah.
I have like a minor rebuttal for that. I just read this whole weird piece about how there's a chain in America called the Cheesecake Factory, and
I've heard of that.
And the interior design is so insane, and the way that they wait on you, like look after you and stuff, is just it's like posh, but once again it's just a burger joint with some cakes as well. Let me try and pull up an image, because it's like insane. They went well above and beyond.
It looks kind of fancy, but like chain fancy.
Oh, did you search it?
Yeah, I've got some photos up here.
I put one.
I have gotten the feeling that like everything not everything, but a lot of the American hospitality stuff like that feels very service level. It feels very fake. It feels very just kind of put on, and there's not actual much care behind it.
And that
in Melbourne,
I will agree with.
A bit more heart to it. Obviously not totally. There's still a lot of shitty businesses in Melbourne, and as it's getting more and more popular, it's getting worse and worse. But from what I've seen, like the kind of the fancier places that I see vloggers and other YouTube personalities go out to, that I see, still looks, from my perspective, kind of shitty and kind of
you go to
just
McDonald's and it is it's the bare minimum design and setup.
Yeah,
I spent most of my time in McDonald's in America because you could just sit down and they had free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So it was the only place I could really like figure out where I'm going and call Ubers and shit, because it's expensive to go to another country with an Australian SIM card. Do not do it.
Yeah. To me, I feel like, and again, not that I've been, so I can't really comment, I suppose.
Those are the best kinds of comments, though, really.
Yeah, but they're the ones that get your ass kicked online. But
Or in the street.
like the like the attitude in America seems to be, not obviously in all America, but like the one attitude that comes across quite a lot is like, yeah, sure, there's some shitty parts, there's a lot of shitty parts of America, but it's also it's all about the opportunity. You could reach the top, or you could do whatever the fuck you want. You could just do something amazing, but then there's so much shit as well, and
Well-
I hate that attitude towards it. Because, like, well, couldn't we just all work as this? Couldn't the society just pick everything up, including people and
Yeah.
business, and
Yeah.
just make it all good?
We aren't all Jim Carrey releasing 3
Yeah.
blockbuster movies within such a small amount of time that made him into a millionaire actor.
Yeah.
Just because he made funny voices and danced around. Like, we can't all do that, even though apparently like the capitalist system that America has is the one where you can just be a goofball and be a millionaire. But if everybody did that, it'd be a fucking joke.
Yeah.
If everybody was like if everyone in America was paid on how goofy they could achieve, I think I would enjoy it, actually, to be honest. Hopefully that's how the system ends up.
Yeah.
Just goofballs paying each other for being the goofiest.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're heading with like YouTube and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, that's a scary thought, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, everyone's got a fucking camera on them. Everyone's a vlogger. Everyone's an internet personality and trying to outdo one another. It just becomes competitive again.
And just not everyone's that interesting. I think that's the fucking truth of it.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
Joe.
it feels like such a contradiction of like the idea that you can. It's like it's the world of possibility, and this is, I guess, just capitalism in general. But yeah, you can do anything, and if you work hard, you succeed. But then obviously that is a total contradiction because and then they kind of whinge about like, oh, all these poverty-stricken people, they just didn't work hard enough.
Yeah.
And we get that a lot in Australia.
They
Like,
just
all
need
these
to stop
motherfuckers
stop drinking and gambling, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, it's like if you actually thought that society should be based on you work hard, you get shit for how much you work, then wouldn't that be socialism?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they're talking about?
Yeah, if you're paid according to like the effectiveness of the work you did, there's a
Yeah.
lot of CEOs and supervisors and team managers and HR
Yeah.
people who just don't fucking do anything, and they're probably getting
Yeah.
paid a lot more than someone who's like building a house with like most
Yeah,
of
for
their
sure.
time. I think in Australia it's better. I think tradies get paid alright. How do
they do.
how do you feel, Joel?
Oh, is it the right fucking hole? Oh, thank fuck. Alright,
What is going on there?
Okay, before I was gonna ask you,
Yeah,
did you want to do a drawing while we talk?
a drawing.
Yeah, just on iScribble, just fuck around, you know?
Do you want to do one afterwards? Just be.
I can just draw, and you can just have the background up if you want.
Yeah, cool. If you can join in whenever you want. But I'll come do a drawing with you at some point though. That'll be fun. What my question was is how do you feel as a tradie that you get? How do you feel about how you get paid as a tradie?
Well, I am still a 4th year apprentice for 1 more month, and I can tell you, I definitely do not get paid enough.
Can you give a rough idea? Like, if 4 years, so that's how many years you've been an apprentice.
Yep.
Can you give a rough idea how much you're getting?
Oh, I'm getting $6.50 a week, and I'm doing 40 hours of labor.
Holy shit!
So we're not.
Holy fucking,
Ooh.
that's awful.
We're not nice to apprentices. It
No,
seems.
and then next year I'll probably be on $1,000 or something like that. So.
Yeah, but like it's hard labor. I don't know like why I feel like that.
It's just like small town country kinda.
But I imagine that.
labor. You only get like $32 or something an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
still
4
pretty good
years,
wage.
waiting for 4 years. Like if you were to get a degree in marketing, or a fucking degree in law for 4 years, you would make. I have no idea what kind of figures. I don't know any numbers, but you know what I mean, right? Like 4 years for the people to build our houses, and then 4 years for someone to sue somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
To
being flippant. I'm not-
literally just drag out the judicial system in
Yeah.
favor of someone who probably sexually assaulted someone, earning the amount that they do. It's like, that's fucked up. That's nuts. Like,
Yeah.
someone has a
it's
roof over
very-
their head because of what. Well, no, someone is able to shit and have that shit flush away because of what Joel does. But
Yeah.
this other guy's spending everyone else's time and money defending someone who's sexually assaulting someone.
I mean, that's obviously not the idea behind. Like, not all lawyers go into it for that.
Lawyers
And
shouldn't get paid. How about that? See how they feel about it then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fuck lawyers.
I mean, alright. They need to be in there, but nonetheless, still a point. It's just the contradiction that frustrates me. Just people who think it's all about you got to work hard to succeed, but then that's not actually how this society at all works.
Nah, fuck no.
Working.
I mean, like,
You
hospital
get
workers work their fucking asses off. Hospital workers, not all hospital workers, but if most people went into hospitality and did like an 8-hour shift with maybe a 10-minute break to wolf down some cold food, you're on your feet the entire time. You're being yelled at by people.
Yeah.
And then you get paid $16 a fucking hour off the books, totally illegal. You don't get holiday pay, you don't get sick pay, you don't get fucking whatever. And then
Yeah.
also you've got no job security if
I've-
the place goes under.
I've been exactly in the situation you're describing right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thousands of young people are in Australia, I guess, around the world.
And so I have a friend who's studying to become a doctor, and he's already started his long I don't know what it's called, like research
Journey.
period.
Yeah.
His journey into medicine. But so he's attending surgeries and things like that. He does crazy things like 12-hour shifts that where he sleeps at work. Like, you sleep at work because you're starting again at some ungodly hour the next morning. So and it's generally accepted that you don't write down your overtime, that you just don't. No one does it. Even if you did it, it's got to go through a whole process where they've got to confirm it, and you've got to have an attending doctor then confirm it to the paying department, and it's just none of that happens. It's a thing.
Right.
You don't log your overtime because it doesn't matter. No one's going to pay it. So that freaks me out too, that I'm like, you have to really want to help people if you're standing there like watching someone bleed in front of you and you're just like, I'm not even getting paid for this. I'm actually just I'm just experiencing horror for no reason other than it'll make me a better person, I guess. It'll make me
For no reason.
for no reasons.
If I can just kind of hear like the YouTube comments in my head of people saying, then like a response would just be like, well, if you want to be you have to just want to help people. That's the only reason why you want to be a doctor. You shouldn't be in it for the money anyway, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, by the time that you're actually like in your 5th year of medicine, you fucking want to help people.
Yeah, but it's like same idea with the hospital workers or trading as well. Just
you
like,
must really want to serve food to people.
yeah, or people will just tell you to go get a better job or something like that. It's like, but there is money around. It's just absurd that it would go to anywhere else. Like, it's absurd that these jobs aren't, that it's not shared around properly.
Yeah, I agree. I totally
fuck
agree.
you cheating around her, you fucking fat bitch.
Exactly.
I feel like Joel can say whatever he wants. I like it.
He's the voice of reason. The voice of absurdity that brings about.
I don't know. I'm just some random guy in the podcast.
You
so I
tell it
kinda
like
feel
it is. Yeah, you tell it like it is. Got nothing to lose.
It's funny how it seems like it's almost a dirty way of thinking to start to consider like socialist ideas. And I don't know how socialism works. I don't know anything about these political systems. I'm just talking purely logically that surely if the mining companies are mining shit out of the ground, that the entire society is also paying taxes and everyone's working like that. Surely
but
it
they're
should
not
all be
paying
pouring back into
taxes.
society. But yeah,
Yeah.
I know mining companies are, but it's a simple. It purely just seems logical. I don't see how it's like people then think like, oh, you know how human nature is. Like we have to have that drive. We have to have a reason to work hard. Otherwise, we're not going to do anything. We'll all become lazy.
Well, I think that's actually been challenged. Like, alright, imagine you're a donkey, and
Yeah, go.
someone's dangling a carrot in front of you, right?
Yeah.
And you start walking towards it, and it just doesn't get any closer, and you just keep following it and following it.
Yeah.
And then after 8 hours, he gives it to you, and he's just like, "Here, I'm gonna give you the carrot now. I've been an ass. You've been an ass. Here's your carrot."
Yeah.
If you're just given that carrot, yeah, like a donkey might just fucking go, nice carrot. I'm just gonna lie down and fucking die. But there's a
Yeah.
good chance that he'll be like, that was nice. I wonder what else I can do now. Go for a run around his paddock or something, and then find a nice donkey.
It's like you're calling you're saying you're giving no confidence in that donkey. You know, like if you say you give it a carrot now, it's just gonna lie down.
Yeah,
not
it'll
walk
get
in.
lazy
It's like-
and get fat or something.
It's not a fucking idiot. Like, just explain to the donkey, explain to the people. They're like, yo, you're gonna have the money, but like, you still need to do shit. And they're like, yeah,
In
sweet,
fact, like-
that's fine.
in
They
fact-
probably don't want to not do anything. Like most people like having a job to a degree.
Yeah.
Like you see a lot of people who don't go without work or anything like that, and they're like, you know what, I kind of want to go back to work. I want to go back to a nice chill job because that's where I hang out with people.
And
shit,
sometimes we see people in need and we go, hey, can I help that person? Like, there are tons of reasons to actually get up and do stuff. And even going back to the donkey thing, like, animals in general, they actually know how to chill. They know how to... they know how to live without work. You know, they actually appreciate that the strive for food is an actual effort, and they go to that effort, but then they relax. You look at a cat or a dog, they do, like, cats go and chill. They'll find some high spot that has a bit of sun on it and just like fucking hedonistically enjoy their experience in life. They don't look like they suffer. Do you know any cats that just look like they're so fucking depressed? Apart from I won't say his name, but the white cat that we used to
Oh yeah.
who just yearned. He just yearned to see the great outside.
Yeah,
That was the only time.
I'm sure there's a lot of cats out there that are like that, but I agree that like. Why do we have to...
He would sleep next to the window so he could stare outside. It was like... I just wanted to free it.
Why would we strive to have everybody working at full capacity all the time at this point?
Well,
like
yeah,
we have
don't...
robots. And I know this is perhaps coming from a very place of extreme privilege, and like a lot of people don't have... Like robots aren't going to come to a lot of third worlds just yet to relieve them of all the stresses of their life, you know. But like, you gotta look optimistically at the grand scheme, I guess.
Yep.
But like, if we could just allow all of humanity to just chill out and pursue whatever the fuck they wanted, and if most people just choose to just hang out and play video games and go drinking with each other and just have fun, that's the fucking tits. Like, if humanity got to a point where the entire species can just chill the fuck out. Who loses in that situation? That is just the best fucking thing that could ever happen. And it just seemed... And then people would just come down, yeah, but it's not going to happen. It's totally unrealistic. Everyone has to work and everyone has to pull their weight. It's like, yeah, but if you don't aim for that glorious best possibility, then yeah, it's totally unrealistic. Then it becomes impossible.
The balance of leisure and work. The only reason that like people love leisure, they don't like complete boredom. They don't like boredom. They like leisure, and to have leisure, you need to work a little bit. But on top of that, I think the more socialist concept is that everybody has an even amount of leisure time and an even amount of work time. So and you can even still be a capitalist system and just make it so that everyone has the same amount of time to kick back and relax, and the same amount to work. There's a value to that, I reckon. You know. I think tradies could work only 3 or 4 days a week, if
easy.
If
and less hours as well.
If you took some people out of like stupid positions, you know, all those people who are like working on cars and stuff that's completely automated within like 2 years. You take all those people and you give them some hospitality work. A lot of the younger kids could get better educated, or even just fucking fly over to Africa and volunteer. You know what I mean? Like people could actually lives could be enriched. And if that old guy who's lost his job of 50 years because of automation is just really dying to get out there again, he can just learn how to make coffees, work at a cafe if he wants. Why not? Why not?
If somebody gets to the point like they've been working the same job for 50 years and then it's gone and they don't know what the fuck to do with themselves anymore, and like that was their entire life, that was who they were.
That's like me every day.
If it was a shitty job, shouldn't we question, say, maybe we fucked that guy up, maybe society fucked that guy up, maybe he worked the same job for so long, now he doesn't know what it...
Nah, fucking robots fucked that guy, man. Robot took my fucking job.
Really?
Yeah. At the bacon factory.
Oh
yeah, I remember that. I remember the robots in the bacon factory.
Yeah,
they were pretty sweet.
I used to rip up the boxes, and then they just put in a box ripping machine.
Box ripping machines.
Did you want to rip boxes?
No. But
Yeah,
now,
fuck that.
look at me now, I'm a plumber.
Sounds like you were moved up in the world.
Sometimes.
Even if everyone worked less and we still gave them the same amount of money but for less hours, then that would still work in the capitalist idea, surely, right? Because then you just have more money with more time, so you'd go out and buy more things, and you'd go out and you'd spend more money at cafes and shit like that. People who still want to enterprise and make a shitload of money could still do it, because people have more time to enjoy your pointless shit. If you want to make crappy TV shows, people have more time to watch your crappy TV shows. You're going to make more money.
And it dispels that myth,
and you just make a robot
right?
do their job.
It dispels the myth that like millennials are getting money for nothing. Yeah, but so they're paying taxes to the government and they're upset that those taxes are getting given out to other people. Those other people are going to spend that money back on you. You know what I mean? They're actually filtering it out of the government and back into the marketplace. Are you fucking serious? Like, are you upset about that?
It's like when the financial crash happened, and what do? You give everyone $100, and then go and spend it locally, and then that feeds the market. Like
it's called a stimulus package. It's called a stimulated package.
Fucking gross.
I want a stimulus package.
I want to stimulate your package.
Right. I was so mad one time. We were in high school, and Crud. Oh, I don't want to say Crud because it makes it sound like he was a bad guy. He was just K-Rudd. He gave a $900 stimulus to everyone who was eligible, which was a certain age, and so none of us in our year level were eligible. But goddamn Quinn had an easy $900 just fucking pop into his bank account.
Holy shit!
He spent it all on booze.
Yes.
And What else? I think he went out to a fucking
So
strip
that's great.
club or
There you go. I
something.
mean, if you buy a whole bunch of local wines, you just saved a whole bunch of local wineries. You know, they can pay their employees. They can keep making wine. Boom, solved all the problems.
Yeah, in that regard, yeah, that was a good it was
But
a
at
good
the
thing
same
that happened.
time, you could get more wine for cheaper if you just went somewhere else. Which is the problem.
Yeah, but so like, how much
No,
how
it's
much
good to
money
spend
and how
money,
much wine do
really.
you need? This,
So-
I guess, that's the main thing. Is it just and then this just all comes down to greed. But yeah, like I guess logically, you could just do away with all the people and replace them all with robots, and then you make a shitload more money because you don't have to pay anyone, and then you have still the same product.
Yeah,
Or in that
yeah,
case,
yeah.
you can go and buy cheaper wine somewhere else, and then you've got a shitload of wine, but then the winery closes locally. It's like, but how much money did you
Yeah.
need? And how much wine did you need? And how much more money did that company need? Couldn't it just keep paying the same people? And then they're going to buy your product anyway, and then the cycle continues, and everyone's chill and happy, and everyone can just play Xbox games all day long.
Well, see,
And Microsoft makes all the money. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
I believe the intentions were good.
So how does this come back to what is life?
Yeah. What doth life?
Xbox games, primarily.
I actually
living?
I have a page up with a whole bunch of Xavier Renegade Angel quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get something philosophical.
Huh?
Hey.
Mr. Oren.
I think Joel's talking to someone else.
Fuck off, Mom.
Yeah, he's talking to someone else.
Yeah, my mum came in actually. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. There was
Uh,
I'm still scanning for a sec. Let's see.
Ganon what?
I'm scanning Xavier Renegade Angel quotes for something deep about life.
if anyone out there who's listening needs to renew their perspective on life and find happiness and peace and love and understanding of the universe and their place within it,
Think about Cassini.
watch Renegade Angel. Xavier Renegade Angel.
Life. You could say it started when I was a kid. Like most folks, I've always been different, but not like the others. There you go.
This music actually is perfect for Xavier Renegade Angel quotes.
I'm in total awe of that goddamn lovable horse bird backwards leg snake arm man.
What is he parodying? Is he like, is it a
He's-
particular group of people
I-
online, or is it just being
He's trying
absurdly?
he's trying to lampoon like ultra spiritual people, but at the same time
Yeah.
he himself is the conundrum that people suffer from. This incredible outsight but lack of insight, like mistaken levels of insight. They think they're one thing. The whole world doesn't make sense because they think that they're this thing, but it's
Yeah.
and I think we all suffer from that. It's like as soon as you look at yourself, you're either seeing yourself for what you actually are, or you're just now creating a false idea of what it is by thinking you know what it is, what you are, and whatever.
Mhm.
Some people wouldn't even think of that, man.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, what did you say, Joel?
I said some people wouldn't even think about that.
Yeah, they don't at all, man. And that's fine. They're harmless.
Is it healthier to just ignore it? I guess
Nah,
play easier.
fuck being ignorant, man. Fuck what they say about ignorance being bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
just fucking no.
Because then you just you're gonna ask yourself questions anyway. You're gonna come up with questions that don't have answers, and
Yeah.
the human mind's just gonna freak out.
Ignorance is not possible, right? total ignorance is impossible. If they're trying to say that you were just happier before you learnt something, that's bullshit. You can suffer from not knowing something. Say like how to cook meals. If you don't know how to cook meals, you're gonna just fucking starve, and that's not fun. And that's not bliss either.
I'm not sure if that's the information they're talking about ignoring.
Yeah, but if you try and make like a universal maxim like that, you need to account for the amount of incorrect, how incorrect it can be.
It really frustrates the fuck out of me when people just don't want to acknowledge. Like, I guess like everyone, it's like people don't want to acknowledge what's happening. Like, they don't want to watch the news, they don't want to hear any bad shit. But then they also will jump on Twitter and say, man, fucking 2017 was the worst year, or 2016 was the worst year. All our celebrities died, shit like that. Like, this is a really shitty year.
2016 is when all the celebrities died. 2017 is when they were all sexual perverts.
Yeah. Ah, shit, I didn't. Yeah, that's true. A whole bunch of celebrities died last year. I mean, they die every year, but and then this year is the year of sexual misconduct.
Can you imagine if, right?
Or outing sexual misconduct.
If David Bowie was still alive, and this whole, everyone coming forward about stuff, do you reckon?
Oh, he'd be fucked.
Would he though? Would he though?
There was allegations against him ages ago about having sex with underage girls and boys.
Well, I remember that, but that wasn't the underage girls who was saying it, I think.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them were very consenting, but this is still too speculative.
I think that was the case, that it was like it was groupies and stuff like that. I don't know. My only issue, I mean, obviously it's the best thing is that people feel comfortable coming forward with stuff now. And if people start to feel more safe and everyone can be more honest and open, and that's great. But there also needs to be an acknowledgement that humans are just shitty, I think, and like everyone has the capacity to be a bad person. Yeah. And everyone has to, but then also have the capacity to acknowledge their wrongdoings and change, and also be punished, suffer the consequences. Like, you can't just fucking do what you want and then say, oh, sorry, I'm going to change. You suffer the consequences. You might go to jail, you might be fined, whatever happens, right? But people still have to be allowed to move forward and grow, like both the victims and the
yeah. Did we discuss that? Did we discuss that last time? Yeah. I think we mentioned how we don't really know how to punish people yet.
Yeah. We're still trying to figure that out. But like banishing people is doesn't really work. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it didn't work in Romeo and Juliet. He came back to sexually harass Juliet once again.
Yeah. So it doesn't work. You gotta teach them.
I mean, how young was she meant to be? Let me just give it a quick Google.
Super young in the original.
Romeo and Juliet.
I think it's too late in the podcast to get into sexual misconduct.
Dude, I fucking love the new age Romeo and Juliet where they got the fucking guns. Oh, that movie's so fucking cool.
I haven't seen that 13. In a long time. There you go. She was 13.
That's probably like legal in Japan.
What?
Which is where Romeo and Juliet took place.
The original, man.
Yeah, the original Japanese Shakespeare.
Dude, it just got fucking whitewashed, okay?
Yeah, true.
By William Shakespeare.
Let's see.
William Shakespeare was the Warner Brothers of his time.
Oh, okay, so he was 16 and she was 13.
Right.
And how many months? Dude, it could have been like 11 months.
By today's standards, that's a really fucking disgusting love story between, like... I mean, people aren't even developed when they're 13. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not
But
even.
they also died when they were 30 at that point.
Yeah, but you can at least have a good 15 years if you wait a little while.
Yeah.
Well, 15's
I would
not
say-
much better, but I'm just trying to say.
No, yeah.
If,
But like,
even 12
I guess,
years, a good 12 years is not so bad.
life was probably much more of a currency back then, though. Like, that's why you would have so many children, and that's why you would have your girls. You know, because you marry your girls off to other families, and that distributes wealth. And also, you want boys because as soon as they're strong enough to fight, then that's another, or hunt. Then you actually have their currency, their way to survive. Nowadays, it's not so much the case. It's just another bloody mouth to feed these days.
I read a Xavier quote simultaneously. Pills are just a psychotropic band-aid on a biochemical crutch. I took a pill once and I woke up with a booty hole the size of a wine bottle, fat end first. But did I whine? No, I turned to the bottle. There was a really good one which is relevant to our conversation. This bratty character says, where is it? Silly, pain is a myth made up by poor people who don't want to work.
There you go.
Beautiful.
So I guess moral of the story is work harder.
How do
To be honest, that's a message I need to receive. Because I know I can work harder. I still consider myself in the process of like dealing with a physical ailment, but I know I can still. I've been able to paint while my head was sore. Like I can do it. I just can't fucking make coffees, man. Blows
So
my
don't do it.
brain up. Yeah, I
It's not
don't.
worth
I
it.
don't do it. I used
Yeah,
to love
fuck.
it. I used to love it.
Fuck making coffees. Dude, I have to get like fucking soy almond milk now.
Oh
So I
yeah,
drink
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh
I
shit,
drink
blood.
soy. Best avoided, so I would say drink some soy milk.
Yeah. Doesn't taste as
There was a whole almond milk conspiracy.
I think the whole almond milk, the alternative milk versus dairy milk, like in terms of flavor, I think is more just what you used to
True.
a degree.
Yeah.
I can't stand, like a lot of people say like, oh, I can't taste the coffee because the soy's too strong, or like it just tastes like cardboard. But for me, whenever I have a milk coffee, it just tastes so strong of cow to me, and I think it's just because I just never drunk it, so I'm not used to it. You know,
Yeah.
potentially. Or just find a milk you like. There's a lot of different milks out there.
I don't know. Cow's milk's kind of gross anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a
I
little
would
weird.
agree.
A dead child is like pudding. The proof is in the fact that he probably looks like pudding when he got hit by that car, and I think it's time you be putting his chocolate memory to rest.
Fuck.
This has been a pretty what'd you call it?
Engaging.
No. Wouldn't call it that.
You can call it schizophrenic if you want.
Sure. It's been a pretty schizophrenic episode.
What is life?
Life? Actually, we already started that, didn't we? We've already
Yeah,
been on that.
it's come full circle.
It's organic matter doing shit with motivation.
After a fucking hour-long podcast, and we're still no closer to really understanding
Have we
what
been
life
on
is.
here for a fucking hour?
Almost,
mate.
about 54
Almost.
minutes.
Damn, it doesn't
Yeah.
even feel like that long. I've just been fucking doodling.
Well, man, time flies when you're...
I've been doodling and then time's flown
Yeah,
out of.
and I'm sure
doodle.
all of our listeners have felt like a couple of minutes due to our engaging voices.
Just the
Yes.
sound. They just like the sound of it. It's like ASMR. Perhaps we should just talk
Yeah.
in whispers so that ASMR people can just get this pleasure rush to their brain.
Mm.
I get
I guess
angry,
it's-
so.
How are you, Rai?
I'm pretty good.
Oh, I actually felt that. I usually don't get it, but that was weird.
I would say I've been worse. Things could definitely get better. But that's just the way things are.
That's just the way it is.
The key is you just have to keep putting one foot after the other. And that creates forward momentum.
And now I'm
Pushing
gonna
you ever closer to the grave.
brush the spine of this sketchbook. Have you ever seen them do that? Just like fuck with brushes and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, you've done it. You've had the ASMR experience.
I've watched them. Not that I've actually like watched them for enjoyment. I was like, oh, let's see what this is like. Let's see what this is all about. And I just found it very unsettling.
Actually, now that I get like fucking horrendous migraines, they might work really well. Because
Yeah, maybe.
you become extra sensitive. That's one of the things. Your nervous system is just like fucking sensitive. I was watching a movie where a gunshot happened, and my whole body jumped, and it was
Yeah,
just
right.
like it was just so. It was so shocking.
Yeah, you need some ASMR.
Yeah.
Have they tested your B12?
No, they haven't. I don't enjoy the finger in the pooper.
What? They have to do that.
Yeah, I'm just joking. Actually, I they don't test B12 by putting a finger in my butt.
Yeah.
The good doctors do.
I'm reading
Yeah.
about vitamin B12 right now, though.
Hey?
I'm reading about vitamin B12.
Yeah. No, no.
It says that
think
they
I-
need 2 fingers.
Ah.
Jeez.
We're coming to the end of this episode.
Wait, I'm gonna fucking put the drawing I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cool.
I hope you have listened to it.
You being the world, the universe,
Broadcasting to the world.
the multiverse.
I kind of like it. I kind of like the relaxed nature, just the relaxing, chilled out conversations, casually addressing all of life's great issues.
And the
Fucking
working
shit.
class revolution is taking place.
You know what? We might actually have an audience. Perhaps if we target everyone who's tired of YouTube personalities just yelling at them all the time. Oh shit! I dropped my fucking scissors. And if we address social issues and the painful reality of existence
Yeah.
in calming, soothing voices,
Yep.
perhaps people will feel more inclined to just deal with them and live their lives
Mm.
as they see fit.
And if you find yourself, if you hear us talk about something that elicits like an angry reaction in you, take that moment to just go, fuck, maybe I really needed to hear that. Maybe I'm boiled up. Hey, that's great, Joel. Yeah, I'll check that up.
Yeah, I hope Gina Reinhardt, you're listening to this, you fat bitch.
And on that note, this has been. I haven't got the thing set up. I'm an idiot.
Get it ready.
I think we're good. All right, I think we're good.
It's when the hectic thing
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, I'll do the thing.
Oh yeah.
We've been this has been a podcast.
Can you say life and let that echo?
Oh yeah. Let's that's how we're gonna end this out. That's how we're gonna do a bit of that, and then we're gonna go alive.
Can you do the one where it goes?
Life.
Alive.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh shit.
Descent into chaos is the best way to end a show, man. Alright, this has been Giles, Joel, and Rye. And you're listening to Copralia number 14. Yet to be titled. That was crazy.
Okay, bye guys. Woo!